Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity 16.3.3 Features Supportability Training. I am Ramakrishna. As part of this session, we will be going through the enhancements made to frictionless cost accounting. As part of 16.3.3 release, we introduced a job to auto-submit timesheets, a job to auto-approve timesheets, the ability to identify whether a time entry method is automated or manual in timesheets, the ability to work with FCA tasks and populate timesheets from assignments using ETCs from mobile version of Clarity. Let us look at the functionality of Auto-Submit Timesheets job. In new job, Auto-Submit Timesheets is introduced to process all timesheets that match selected job parameters and are having an open or written status. There are different parameters provided as part of the job that can be used along with the job to submit the timesheets. Mandatory parameter is time period that specifies the time period for which the timesheet will be submitted. Other parameters that are available are like resource OBS, OBS mode, resource manager, etc. For the demo purpose, I have logged in as user Tom Chepin, who has a timesheet populated from Rally using frictionless cost accounting and also some tasks added from Clarity. The status of the timesheet is in written state. Let us execute auto-submit timesheet job with respective parameters and submit the timesheet. To the auto-submit timesheet job and the time period selected is current period, and I am trying to run this job for the resource Tom Chepin. The job is complete. And when we look at the timesheet is in submitted state. In this way, an auto-submit timesheet job can be executed with the specified parameter and submit a timesheet that is in open or written state. Configured timesheet rules will be honored while executing auto-submit timesheets job. Let us look at one of the timesheet rules defined. The rule definition says contractors cannot submit more than 8 hours per day. Let us select one of the contractors, that is Isaac Baker, and try to work with his timesheet. I have logged in as a resource Isaac Baker, who has a timesheet populated from Rally using frictionless cost accounting and also some tasks added from Clarity. The timesheet status is returned. Let us execute auto-submit timesheet job with respect to parameters and see. Let us execute auto-submitted timesheets with time period as current period and resource selected as Isaac Baker. If the timesheet submission fails, then an error button is displayed in the timesheet UX. We can click on the error button and look at the error that has caused the issue. The error says contractor cannot submit more than 8 hours per day. Each resource that has a timesheet error will receive a notification. We can see that Isaac Baker received a notification with the information that timesheet submission failed due to errors. It also logs an error in the job logs. As we can see, the error message clearly states this timesheet cannot be submitted due to errors. Please correct the time and resubmit. Timesheets notification setting, alert, email or SMS. in modern UX is honored while sending the notifications. If a resource corrects the errors but does not submit the timesheet, the auto-submit timesheet job will automatically submit it when run again for the same period. In this case, we have corrected the timesheet manually and we are executing the auto-submit timesheets job for Isaac Baker for the current period after manually making the corrections. The job is completed and the timesheet is submitted. In this way, configured timesheet rules will be honored while executing auto-submit timesheets job. We honor the setting allow submission of timesheets with no tasks while executing auto-submit timesheets job. We also honor timesheet rules on empty timesheets while executing auto-submit timesheets. Let us look at how it works with the timesheet rule when allow submission of timesheets with no tasks is turned on while executing auto-submit timesheets job. Let us enable one of the timesheets rules which says timesheet grand total should be more than 4 hours. That is, if we try to submit a timesheet whose grand total is less than 4 hours, then the submission should fail. I have logged in as a user Clint who can submit an empty timesheet because the submit button is on. Instead of clicking on submit here, I would like to execute the auto submit timesheet job. Here I am executing auto submit timesheet job with the time period as current period and the resource as Clint Eastwood. Timesheet submission fails and an error button is displayed in the timesheet UX, clearly stating the error timesheet grand total should be more than 4 hours. And a bell notification has been sent and the notification talks about the error timesheet submission failed due to errors. Please correct the errors and submit the timesheet. Job log also displays the error. In this way, we are honoring the setting allow submission of timesheets with no tasks while executing auto submit timesheets job along with the timesheet rules. Now let us look at the ability to identify whether a time entry method is automated or manual in timesheet. We have introduced two attributes, namely entry method and job type code on time entry object. The newly seeded attributes will be added in available columns in classic administration timesheet options. If allow end user column configuration is checked, then these attributes will be displayed in MUX timesheet columns tab. As of now, this flag is enabled and we should be able to see these two attributes in modern UX timesheet columns. As we can see in modern UX in timesheets, the available columns, we can see that entry method and job type code are available. These attributes are displayed in modern UX attributes grid and support FLS. That is field level security. These attributes are also available in modern UX timesheet rules. These attributes are also exposed to DWH. If the timesheet data is generated automatically through a job, then the entry method would be automated and the job type code displays the job code of the respective job. If the timesheet data is entered manually, then the entry method would be manual. If a timesheet is generated automatically and later edited by a user, then the entry method will change to manual. This includes the time entries sourced from Rally. Let me change this particular value to something like 0.5, and we can see that the entry method has changed to manual. Any edits or changes to charge codes, lookup fields, or actual will also be recorded as manual entry. Say for example, I change the charge code of this particular time entry and the entry method has changed to manual. In this way, the system now allows us to see whether a timesheet entry was created automatically or manually. Let us look at the functionality of Auto-approve Timesheets job. A new job, Auto-approve Timesheets, is introduced to approve all timesheets that match selected job parameters and are in submitted state. There are different parameters provided as part of job that can be used along with job to approve timesheets. Mandatory parameter is time period that specifies the time period for which the timesheets will be approved. There are also other parameters such as job name, resource OBS, resource manager, resource, and more that can be used while executing the job. For the demo purpose, I have logged in as resources Barak, who has a timesheet populated from Rally using frictionless cost accounting, and also some tasks added from Clarity. The timesheet is in submitted state. Let us execute Auto-approve Timesheets job with respective parameters. The job is completed and the timesheet is approved. In this way, we can auto-approve timesheets that are in submitted state. At the extended functionality on mobile version of Clarity. First, let us see the ability to work with frictionless cost accounting tasks from mobile. In the previous versions of Clarity, we introduced and enhanced the feature frictionless cost accounting, also known as frictionless time. It is designed to reduce manual effort and automatically populate time entries from Rally into Clarity timesheets. These are flagged as financial work type entries, enabling direct capture of effort without manual entry. Resource can view these virtual time entries in their timesheets and model events and submit the timesheets for subsequent process of approval and posting of timesheets. In Clarity 16.3.3, we extended this functionality to mobile version of Clarity. For the demo purpose, I have logged in as user Isaac Baker, and his current period timesheet is populated with frictionless work type entries like defect, new feature development, and QA testing, populating the time entries for further use. Now let us log into the mobile version of Clarity with the same user to current period. We can see the same FWT tasks, namely defect, new feature development, and QA testing, getting displayed on the mobile. Now let us perform the action submit. And the timesheet is submitted successfully. This way, we can view and perform actions on frictionless cost accounting tasks from mobile. In 16.3.1, we introduced the feature to create and post timesheets without staff or assignments on investments. We added a Boolean attribute called allow time entry for unstaffed resources on the investment abstract object with default the value as false. When allow time entry for unstaffed resource attribute is selected for an investment instance, an effort task will be automatically created if there are no existing tasks. Let's get into the project. FY25 Q3 Able Payments Module 02. Go to the tasks. And we can see that an effort task with the investment instant name is created. The timesheet user will now have this investment and task available for time entry purposes. The user need not be allocated to staff module for this investment instance, nor does the user need to have any assignments. In Clarity 16.3.3, we extended this functionality to mobile version of Clarity. I am logged in as Isaac Baker, and for the demo purpose, I just returned the previously submitted timesheet. Let's get into current period. And now try to search and select the task, which is an effort task. We can see the effort task being available for the selection. Let us select the task. Add a value and then click on submit. This way, even on mobile version of Clarity, we can create and post timesheets without staff or assignments on investments. 16.3.2, we introduced the feature manual actions to populate timesheets from assignments using ETCs. We have introduced an option to populate assigned tasks with ETC in Classic Project Management Timesheet Options Default Time Entry Option section. On selecting the option Populate Assigned Tasks with ETC checkbox, a new menu option Add Assigned Tasks with ETC in Timesheets will be available to the end user in Modern UX. Add Assigned Tasks with ETC option is available only for open, returned, and adjusted timesheets. In Clarity 16.3.3, we extended this functionality to mobile version of Clarity. We are still logged in as Isaac Baker. And for the demo purpose, I have just returned the timesheet. Let's get into the current period timesheet and the options that are available for Isaac Baker. We do have an option like add task from assignments with ETC. When we click on this, all the tasks assigned with ETC for Isaac Baker are available to view and work with to perform subsequent actions. Populate assigned tasks with ETC functionality is also available on mobile from 16.3.3. This concludes the frictionless cost accounting section. Thank you.